going on, world? What's going on, America? State, city. Like, yo, it's like we wake up and you can't breathe. Can't breathe. Very contentious time for us to be in America, in the world, being black. It's not just America. You see France, you see Australia, you see New Zealand, you see Taiwan, you see everywhere. Black, brown people. It's just not, it's not, it's not right. Shout out to the youth, you know, the Generation Z's, X, and Y's. Y'all making it happen, but we can't breathe, literally and physically. Say his name, Rashard Brooks, 28-year brother from Atlanta, father of four, killed for resisting arrest on a non-violent arrest. We've all seen the video. We've now seen the body cam footage. I still don't understand. A taser is not a weapon. A taser is not a weapon. It's not a deadly weapon. It was 2 versus 1. Lack of training. Lack of training. There's no way in hell 2 police officers can't get one man down to cuff him. So once again, we have all these black people dying for nonviolent things. Nonviolent things, not posing a threat to anybody. He was killed for resisting arrest. Brother Rashard Brooks, Rayshard, condolences to the family, condolences to mostly his children who have to grow up without a father. It's not too much can be said. It's not a good day on the aspect of my people, right? I want to promote to everybody, you have to live for today. Live for today. Live for the day. Plan for tomorrow. That's where we at right now, y'all. Live for the day. Plan for tomorrow because, I mean, it's like how, it's no other way, right? As much as this shit is depressing, we still in the pandemic. Ain't nothing has changed. Like, we're still in the pandemic. I mean, we're getting murdered and killed during the pandemic. Either in our home, sleep, for supposedly having a counterfeit bill. We all can get counterfeit bills. Is in circulation. For being asleep at a wheel in a drive-through restaurant and failed sobriety test, supposedly, and the breathalyzer test. We get killed. I have many podcasts on this network, but the flagship is the Confidence in the Klutch podcast with Donald Nelson. That's what this is. That's what you're listening to. I'm numb. It's like how many times we got to say it. Black lives matter. Black lives matter when we get pulled over by the police. Black lives matter. That's all people are saying. Black lives matter when we get pulled over by the police for non-violent crimes. We shouldn't lose our life. If you don't understand that, you're never going to understand it, and you're a part of the fucking problem. Black lives matter when black people get pulled over or get approached by police. Black lives matter. Meaning we should not lose our life for nonviolent things just because the police does not have proper training and are scared and jump the gun and kill us. Black lives matter, yo. All right. Rest in peace. Get a moment of silence, yo. Rest in peace to Ahmaud Arbery. Rest in peace to Breonna Taylor. Rest in peace to Jose Acevedo. Rest in peace to George Floyd. Rest in peace to Rayshard Brooks. Hotep, y'all. Peace. Let's try to, you know what I mean? Let's try to move into some other things. What's going down? I'm Donald Nelson with Supreme Confidence. You listen to today's episode of the Confidence in the Klutch podcast on the Confidence in the Klutch network. Whether it's the game of basketball, the game of life, you got to add confidence in the clutch. Practice makes confidence. Pressure makes diamonds. Stay sucker free. Listen to what I'm saying. Whether it's a game of basketball or the game of life, you got to have confidence in the clutch. Okay? Practice makes confidence. Pressure makes diamonds. Stay sucker free. Keep it a buck like Milwaukee. Stay woke or get out. Gold ball or bust, meaning go for the trophy. Go for the award. Do the best you can. You can't fit in when you standing out. Colorism is dead. Black is black. Shout out to Band-Aid with the new Band-Aids for people of color. Get your confidence together. Get your clutch together. Get it all, y'all. Get it all together. Support your own. Listen on confidenceintheclutch.podbean.com, Apple, Google Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. Search Confidence in the Klutch. That's Confidence in the Klutch with 2 Ks. Subscribe, share, rate, and review. This is one of these moments I could have went live and I didn't. Hit that bell button to get notifications of new episodes, whatever you got. And when we go live on social media, it's important. Visit us on Facebook at Confidence in the Klutch. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram at K and the K. Coming up on today's show, NFL news for the week, everything that was going on, NBA news and other sport news. Like I said, man, there's no way in hell that we should get murdered for traffic stops. There's no way in hell for nonviolent arrests. Black people should be getting murdered. Black and brown people should be getting murdered, y'all. So, let's get into it. Like always, bringing you quality content with strong opinions and facts. At Confidence in the Klutch, we are feared more than love, but never hated. Confidence starts right now. 3, 2, 1. Confidence on 3, in the clutch on 6. 1, 2, 3.
Confidence.
4, 5, 6.
In the clutch.
Confidence in the clutch.
Hey. Let's jump into it, y'all. Now, got that out of the way. Got the business out the way, y'all. So let's jump into it right away. Y'all know Confidence in the Klutch. Man, we got to talk about some things that jumped out to your boy. We talk about basketball a lot. We're going to leave with basketball like we always do about this time, man. So let's get something going. Y'all know I got to get something in the back. Going so we can get it together. Oh, man. All right. That's it. Oh, yeah. Confidence in the Klutch Productions, baby. All right. So, the NBA will not test for weed at their campus down in Orlando. Now, we know what that means. Or we can assume to know what that means. It's not a secret that many people use marijuana, the flower, for all types of recreational things. They use it to relax. They use it to relieve stress. They use it to recover. They use it to go to sleep. They use it to fight chronic illnesses. They use it to get high. So the NBA, with the campus model that they're doing and how people want to say the bubble, will not test for weed. So, of course, people's minds get to going like, yo, so that means they're going to be passing blunts to blunts from the room to the room? No, it's just going to be the people that smoke weed. We ain't testing for it. That's all. Don't get too crazy, y'all. But it could be a way for weed now to get outlawed, will not be outlawed as something that we test for. We just won't test for it anymore. So they're going to see how they do and why they got access to them, right? So, it could be a good thing. For those that need it, they need it. You know what I mean? You hear a lot of things about CBD oil, Now, I got back issues. I can't take CBD oil because it shows up as a positive drug test. There's nothing I can do. I mean, I'm not into smoking weed to get high. I don't want to be high. I don't want to lose my faculties, but for the benefits that the flower can provide for you, I'm all for that shit. When people that got to self-medicate, ain't no difference than getting a cup of coffee, having a glass of wine, whatever you do. That's their vice. Their vice is their vice. As long as they ain't mess with nobody or do crazy things on it, it is what it is. I'm cool with it. I just personally don't want to be high. I don't want to be high. I'll take all the benefits without being high, all the benefits for the flower. So I hope the brothers take advantage of this. They will test for PEDs though. Man, I'm hoping one day nobody that we know that was super cold is tested for PEDs and came up positive, and they say one of our legends was cheating. I hope not. All right. So another thing that's popping up. Kyrie is one of the union's representatives, and they're saying now that 40 to 50 players do not want to play in Orlando due to the pandemic. Now, remember, we got two pandemics, the pandemic of COVID-19 and the pandemic that we always had of racism against Black Americans in the country and in the world. Now, some people with the pandemic of the COVID-19 do not want to go. Others, even Dwight Howard dropped something saying that he would love to win a championship, but he does not want to go to play right now. So it's like, man, yo, what's going on? They don't want to play. Now is the time to try to get what we want and ask for things and protest and all that. I understand all that. And the NBA agrees. The NBA agrees. Whatever you don't want to do, we're all for that. But you're not getting paid, right? So you got to understand that you're not getting paid. And if you don't want to show up, you don't get paid. I don't think it's fair for the people that's made a lot of money to go and do this, not understanding the other rank and file. They need their money. It's people right now that's not doing well because they were used to their monthly money, right? And we can't count other people's cash. You millionaire, how you ain't got no cash because they taking care of everybody. They may be mismanaging stuff. They might have things planned that they were planning on doing with their money, and now they can't do that. They need to get back to work. So we can't just cancel the season. I don't think that would be fair for everybody that doesn't have millions of dollars, that didn't have millions of dollars, that haven't been in the league for plenty of years, right? So, like I said, Kyrie is leading those questions from the NBA board or the players and all them vice presidents and all that about not playing. My thing is, for the league, period, is health the number one priority? Because if health is the number one priority, then we probably shouldn't be playing because health is the number one priority. And there's no way you can 100% say, if I go to the grocery store, get some gas, do anything right now, my essential runs, that I won't come back with COVID-19 from my house. So therefore, there's no way we can say we're breathing heavy, sweating, running, breathing the same air, yelling, that we, you know what I'm saying? If health is the number one priority, we can't go. If money is the number one priority, we gotta play. We got to play. They lose. They can lose so much. The players can lose. Man, they already got 10% in escrow of their salary every year. Then they got 25% that's on hold right now because they haven't finished the season. So everybody can't afford to not play. They are entertainers, and it is their job to play and entertain. As bad as that may sound, that's the job they chose to do, and they're great at it. Nobody's saying that. But we can't have it both ways. So, and that's fine. If you don't want to play, you just won't get paid. All right. Moving on. LeBron James, and a slew of other players right now are organizing. And this is what I love about LeBron. He's organizing right now a voters' rights organization with a whole bunch of athletes and musicians and actors for people to register to vote and against voter suppression, kind of like a tool of knowing what you're voting for, how it affects you locally, statewide, how nationally, what happens if you don't vote, how this can affect you in the long term. We got the judicial, the legislative, and the executive branches of government to understand what to do. I think is great. This is called More Than a Vote. And this initiative is all to organize young voters. We have so many people who don't want to vote. We have so many young people who cannot vote. We have some people who believe they cannot vote because they may have been adjudicated at one point in time and that they might got a felony or something. But there's ways to get around that, and it's particular to where you live. So I'm sure they're going to have things like that can point out to voters what they need to do. So I'm all for that. LeBron is showing his greatness with everything he does socially, and he's well aware of his power and what he can do, and he's not letting it go mute. He's not gonna let it be misconstrued. He's not gonna let it be silent. He's using his power. So shout out to LeBron and everybody else, all the players, all the former players, all the actors, actresses, musicians, anybody that's down with that. That's a great thing to happen. Kind of remind me of the Vote or Die campaign back when Obama ran in 2008. So I'm with that. And from the WNBA, they finally decided on what they're going to do with their season. And what they're going to do is 22 games down from 36. So that's money, of course. But they're going to be in a single site in Florida, where the NBA going to be in 3 sites because they have less teams, clearly. And they're going to get their full salary, though. That's the catch. But we talking about hundreds of thousands compared to hundreds of millions. Not this season, but we're talking about hundreds of thousands to millions, the differentiation between WNBA and NBA players. So shout out to the women getting their just due. Even though it took a while, I'm glad they got it right. So I'm glad they're getting 100% salary. So that's cool. Let's move on to the NFL, y'all. Talk a little bit about the league. We all saw the players and everything they did with the, I Can't Breathe and Black Lives Matter. And basically, NFL, what are y'all going to do? How y'all going to stand with us and all that? So it's like, all right, well, we good. Goodell's response to players stand on social injustice. He said, I can't breathe, Black Lives Matter, all that. Didn't say Colin Kaepernick say him by his name, but that may be a clause in the contract. We don't know. So I understand the people that are upset why he didn't say Colin's name. He might not have been able to say Colin's name, everybody. You know what I'm saying? He might not have been able to say Colin's name. And with that being said, you got to let him ride with that. He can't do anything right now. Because if he says Colin's name, that may be, they may say both of them might not be able to say each other's name. Has Colin said anything about the NFL? I don't know. So that's where we got to be careful with how we sometimes go after people, that we can't just attack them without knowing all the facts. But, some people say it wasn't a good statement. A little bit of something is better than a whole lot of nothing. So, and he did say some good things that needed to be said and people needed to hear. Even though we not sitting down and having a meeting about it, he still talked about things that are important to Black people at this point in time. And I know all these companies, all these corporations are coming out and saying things, but we have to remember that we didn't have that. And if this the killing of George Floyd sparked all of this, then he wouldn't have died in vain. He shouldn't have lost his life over $20. All right. But if this was happening, more conversation, man, is, that ain't bringing them back. And it's never going to be acceptable. It's never going to be acceptable. Yeah, I mean, rest in peace to George Floyd. But it's time. It was time. I wish this could have happened without him losing his life. Okay. The problem with it is the NFL owners are quiet, not a fucking whisper. And I don't know why. You can insinuate why, that they don't give a fuck, but you can't say you don't care about your workers, right? Your co-workers, and you only care about the money. You can't say you can't worry about the players that you pay for your team who try to win championships and what they're going through. If that's how you feel, you probably need to get out. Remember, either you with us or against us. Either you with us or against us. It's quiet. It's quiet. I'm glad that I'm hearing white players stepping up. J.J. Watt, I'm taking the knee. Baker Mayfield, I'm taking the knee. We don't care how y'all feel. We taking the knee. But if I lose y'all as my fans, so what? You part of the problem. I'm with that. More white brothers step up with us like they're doing right now. It's the movement. They're going home checking their parents, checking their brothers and sisters, checking their family members about what ain't right no more. We ain't living like that no more. This is what we got to do. Pete Carroll, talking about teams called him about Colin Kaepernick. Why would they call him over something that happened like in 2017? You know what I mean? Because if you should have signed him as a backup, and then he could have been whatever, then don't say you would have signed him. Now you would have signed him, you didn't. Why don't you sign him now? Y'all still need a backup. Sign him now. Just sign him. Say we sign him right now. Don't get on the thing saying, don't get on an interview or somewhere saying, hey, People were calling me about Colin Kaepernick. Why wouldn't they call somebody else about Colin Kaepernick? Why wouldn't the owner call another owner? Why wouldn't the GM call another GM? So he's saying the GM was calling the coach. Okay. I don't know if Pete Carroll is the GM of the Seattle Seahawks. If he is, okay then. I won't say anything. But if he's not, come on, bro. All right. Last thing on the NFL, they would pay a reported $250 million towards grassroots programs for racial justice and equality. I love it. People was mad. You know, they come out to like 800 and some thousand per owner. Like, man, listen. You know what I'm saying? That's $25 million per year, though. You know what I mean? It's $25 million per year that's going to the hood, to these organizations that will try to enact change, racial justice, racial equality. You can't get mad. All right, let's take it on home now. Other sports news, you know, the NASCAR Bubba Wallace, when he called for the Confederate flags to be banned at races. Of course that shit need to be banned at races. But once again, you in a part of the country where they fly that shit. I live in the Midwest. I live in the North. Up here, you see it. You don't see it like that. It's in their garage. Like if the garage going straight forward, it's to the left or right, right? It's to the north or south, the east or west, hanging up on a wall. You can't see that Confederate flag. Down south, you're gonna see that Confederate flag. I don't know which one is worse. The ones that hide it or the ones that show you. Right? I don't know which one is worse. I think it's all bullshit. You believe in what you believe, though. NASCAR bans the flag. They had something 5 years in place. They just didn't enforce it. Now they're enforcing it. So we're going to see that. Bubba Wallace, I'm sure, feels a little bit better. That had to be hard as hell being the only black man out there. And you see all these Confederate flags. We know what Confederate flags mean. That's just like seeing the police when you black. We see them Confederate flags. We're like, oh, no, hell no. We're not doing that. We know what that means. That's automatic. Like, yo, fuck you. Like, they might be on some bullshit. Watch your back. See what's going on. I mean, it's hate. It's hate. It's like Nazis. You can't fly that Nazi flag in Germany, man. But these white supremacist groups who the government don't want to label as terrorists, they had that Confederate flag. They had that Nazi symbol. That shit should be a hate crime just to have that shit in your possession. That shit should be banned. You should go to jail just for having that joint, yo. The United States of America, the states that seceded from the Union because they wanted to expand slavery and keep black people as free labor. No. So if you believe in that shit and your heritage and that's what you love and you trying to extend that, this ain't for you, bro. You need to lead the country. It's not the people that want to stop getting killed. It's not us. You need to lead the country because this ain't the country for you. I mean, it's our country, everybody's country. So it is what it is, man. People be tripping. But, you know, we'll see how that go. And the people, you know, they have one racer like on the 3rd division, like he ain't playing after this year. I ain't racing no more. Okay, then we'll holler at you, pimp. We'll holler at you. Nobody's sweating you, dog. USC reinstated Reggie Bush after a 10-year ban. Should he get his Heisman back? Absolutely he should get his Heisman back. I would have never gave that shit back. Just like, you know, you can't take my name. Everybody know what I did. Everybody know what I did, though. Everybody know that college football players get paid and college basketball players get paid. We all know that. So everybody need to freeze that shit. That's why I'm glad the likeness and the Olympic model is going through. But yes, Reggie Bush should get his Heisman back. And as of yesterday, finally, the MLB players, Major League Baseball, reject the owner's latest proposal. They're going back and forth between the games. They prorated salary, how much. Basically, the owners know without the gate, without the tickets, without the merchandise, without the food and everything at the stadium being sold, they're going to lose money. They feel like if they got to lose money, the players should lose money as well. The players like, no, we want all our scratch. And we in a pandemic. Too, remember, COVID-19 and racism. So, me personally, that's y'all shit. I'm not counting y'all money. You know what I mean? The players got to take a little cut. I don't think it should be double-digit cut, though. But, I mean, once again, it's money. It's money. You can't – if you were supposed to play 166 games and you only playing 85, fam, if we give you 85% of the money, I think that's cool. You playing half the games than you usually play. That's just me personally, though. I don't have those bills, though. I'm always pro-player because the billionaire owners have more revenue streams than the players do. But at the same time, if they losing money, your money gonna get cut short too. Because what they gonna do is gonna do something else, and it's gonna create a spot where possibly MLB was trying to sneak in, what you want to call that? Damn, not a luxury tax, but man, y'all people know what I'm talking about. The cap. Where you have a cap on how much money you can spend. It's just blowing my mind right now. But that's what the players believe that Major League Baseball is trying to instill. So we'll see. But you already know. That's hard, man. So now basically the players are like, man, just tell us what y'all want to do. We'll be there. Let us know where to report at, man. We whatever. We try to negotiate with y'all. Y'all ain't negotiating with us in good faith. Y'all can do what the fuck y'all want to do anyway. Just do the shit so we can play. We ready to play. That's what man do. I mean, we done tried with y'all. So I say this. Take care of each other. Take care of your mental health. Go outside. Breathe the fresh air. Talk to your children about everything that's going on. Let them know they're safe. Just make sure that we love one another. It's a great time to be alive. Live for the day. Plan for tomorrow. There's no way black men should get killed for nonviolent police interactions. I shouldn't be running away and you shoot me in my back. Taser's not a weapon. Taser's not a lethal weapon, right? You got a knife. You got a gun. You got a bat swinging it at somebody that you can kill somebody. Yeah, I haven't heard of tasers killing anybody, man. Get your confidence together. Get your clutch together. Support your own. Listen on confidenceintheclutch.podbean.com, Apple, Google Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you listen to podcasts. Search Confidence in the Clutch. Just Confidence in the Clutch with 2 Ks. Subscribe, share, rate, and review. Hit that bell button to get notifications of new episodes when we go live. It's important. Visit us on Facebook at Confidence in the Clutch. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at KNK. Have a safe and healthy night, y'all. Peace. Confidence on 3, in the clutch on 6. 1, 2, 3.
Confidence.
4, 5, 6.
In the clutch.
Confidence in the clutch.